Oh, g'day guys. You've caught me and my freshly trimmed beard in my office today, trying to pull together my notes to make my orderly account of the life and teaching of Jesus. Now last week I think we talked about a time when Jesus was really having a go at the religious leaders for how self-righteous they were acting. Well, it didn't take them long to start trying to have a go back. You see, they had sent some spies to go and keep an eye on Jesus, and eventually they decided to ask some sneaky questions. I think they were trying to trick Jesus into saying something he shouldn't. It went something like this.
Teacher, we know that you teach and speak what is right. We know that you don't favour one man over another. We know that you teach God's word faithfully. So tell us, is it right for us to pay taxes to Caesar or not?
Yeah, because he's not even a Jewish king.
But Jesus saw that they were trying to trick him, so he said, "Why don't you show me some of the money from your pockets? Whose face is on the money? Whose words are on the money?"
Caesar's, duh.
So then Jesus said, "So give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and give to God what belongs to God." The Pharisees, they weren't able to respond. They hadn't been able to trap Jesus. They were amazed. And the Pharisees really had nothing else to say to Jesus. But it wasn't long before another group of religious leaders, the Sadducees, decided that they were going to try and trick Jesus. You see, the Sadducees, they didn't believe in this concept of people rising from the dead. So they asked Jesus a question about the resurrection.
Teacher, Moses told us a story about a brother who died and left behind a widow. Now Moses teaches that his other brother must marry her, give her children, and carry on his dead brother's family name. Now suppose there are 7 brothers. The first one has no children and dies. The second one marries her again, no children, dies.
And then the third one marries her and dies, and again till all the brothers are dead.
Yes, thank you. But finally, the woman dies too. Now then, when the dead rise again, who is she wife to? I mean, she married all of the 7 brothers.
That really was a tricky question. They really thought they'd tricked Jesus. But he explained that even though marriage is a good thing in this world, when God's kingdom comes, it's not going to seem important at all. And because God's kingdom is a forever kingdom, no one really dies in God's kingdom. They rise to live with him forever. He's not the God of the dead. God is the God of the living. In his eyes, everyone who's part of his kingdom is alive. You see, the religious leaders, when they heard this, they were stunned. They certainly didn't dare ask any more questions. But Jesus continued to warn his disciples about the religious leaders. He said they like to walk around and make themselves look important with their fancy clothes and their long drawn-out prayers. They like to have the best seats at the parties. But I tell you this, Jesus said, they will be judged very much by God. Then Jesus pointed to the offering box at the temple where they were. He saw some rich people trying to put their gifts into the temple offering box. They were so pretentious and proud, trying to make themselves look good. Then he saw a woman, an old widow, put in 2 very small coins. "What I'm about to tell you is true," Jesus said. "That poor widow has just put in more than all of the others. She gave everything she had, and the others were just showing off." The challenge for us is to not be like those Pharisees. We need to look at Jesus' example of how to live with God as our King, and not be like the Pharisees, who made themselves look good on the outside, but really on the inside were quite evil. I'll see you guys next week for the next instalment of Jesus' amazing life story. And hopefully my beard won't have gotten too long by then. See you guys later.